match.
Fairly good.
All right, let's hear it from the casters. Talk about your team.
Well, Cone have done the Cone thing. Cone he's bringing a Schlieffen, Venezia, Moskva, Kleber, Shimakaze, Kleber, Marceau.
Well, Diurach, I want to tell you how I'm feeling. I've got to make you understand that we have a Kremlin, Salem, a Napoli, a Moskva, a Kleber, a Mosso, and a Ragnar, and we are quite good at this map.
So, I would imagine that's why you picked it as the map pick.
Yes. So what's generally been going on is that the North team tries to rush a destroyer or 2 or 3 into the Thunderdome, and we sort of head them off, kill the one that's at the lead or severely cripple it, and then kind of surround the Thunderdome and kill everything in it. So that's probably the plan.
So I more or less know my team's plan from the outset. The only difference here in the lineups is that we've been bringing in Ohio every time except from this match, and there's obvious reasons why you bring a Schlieffen on this map, especially with it turning towards A and the Thunderdome.
So we're going to see a Marceau in the middle from Cone. We're going to see Shima going Bravo into Venezia. And then the 2 Klebers going outside, I'm guessing.
So, Stats, do you know if your Marceau and Kleber are Swift and Silence?
So I don't know about Swift and Silence, but in other maps, Mickey has been playing a legendary Kleber. I don't think that's the case here, because there's no need for it on this map. So I think, but I don't know about Swift and Silence. I'm not sure.
I will say, yesterday against the Wargaming official team, Sarah's team, my team was entirely undone by Swift and Silence Klebers.
Interesting.
Because they got wider. Because they got wide before we got to the entrance.
So our plan is definitely not to go into the cap. So what happens is these two kind of get to the FG line split, and then they kind of go sideways and catch whoever's in the lead, which in this case is going to be Eagle.
Yeah, it looks like Swift and Silence is the difference here in the speeds, because this is identical to the match against Sarah's team.
Yes, Stats, have you run a big up against Sarah's team? Because your team is deploying exactly how Sarah's team does.
No.
Well, I will say,
we ran afoul of that.
Could have grabbed the cap, the home cap early, and Rick are yet to pick it up.
This nearly undid us earlier, where the enemy team didn't go into the cap. They do the same thing, and we kind of didn't trade very well. So, interestingly, so you've got the Marceau mid JCD. Previously, we've usually ended up with the Kremlin and the Moskva and the Ragnar being kind of on their own in the mid, which allows them to get good shots into A.
I'm worried about Iron Man because yesterday on this same map, same flank, Iron Man nearly turned the corner into a Venezia. Like, he was about 300 meters away from being spotted by a Venezia. Yeah, and he said to me afterwards, he's like, yeah, I didn't know he was there. It's like, yeah, we noticed. Believe me, we noticed. We were watching with great interest. But luckily he had started turning out before they got around the corner, and it's probably the only reason he got away with it.
Okay, so Eagle Lance, Eagle Lance did a little poke around the corner of that island there on the one line. So all the trading has begun.
Mad Dog and Eagle, of course, being very experienced players with the Kleber, which probably comes to show the ability to still hit at that range.
Yeah, I mean, it's often the question, like, when you immediately spot the enemy destroyer, do you immediately pop your reload boost and run the risk of missing those first sort of gauging salvos, or do you wait, start landing hits, and then hit the booster?
And so this tells me my team learned their lesson from the encounter with Sarah's team, because what happened yesterday was we ran the Marceau, 2 Marceaus and the Kleber up, and we tried to get into the inside, into the cap, and immediately the 2 Swift and Silence Klebers have the health of the first Marceau and then killed it in the next volley, and that was it, just gone. And that kind of undid the entire game for us.
Yeah, that's what Sarah's team did to me. They just murdered my team captain.
Yeah, so that's how they've been doing it.
Okay, so Schlieffen making a run for the cap here.
Well, he's got a better chance of making it.
So Criminal is going to push to the south side. It's kind of counterintuitive until you think about it, but if you go to the south side, then you're going to be more protected than if you go to your own side.
Yeah, but how about these porks?
Yeah, these
I don't think
torps.
they'll have the legs.
I think.
So they're 8 kilometers, but I don't know where they were launched from. There you go. There's the answer. However, does Black Mamba know what is slowly crawling its way towards them as he reverses into their path? I'm not sure if they have the range or not, but I don't see why they would be launched if they didn't.
Is Iron running 20s? He's got his Hydra on.
No, he's running the 12s. Iron.
Okay.
As far as I see from the list, at least, he's running 12s. If my mod is
his Hydra should have spotted those. He's going to have to accelerate hard. Yeah. Are you sure they're not 20s?
I hope they have.
I think they're 20s. They're 20s.
Yeah, no, they are. They are.
No, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, Mamba. But the trouble is now Mamba has accelerated hard to get away from those, and that gives Schlieffen a shot potentially.
Oh no! Oh
yeah.
Iron Man having an effect on the match that Painzor is familiar with.
Well, Rocket actually. Well, that might be what they want because I'm not sure they want Moscow to go even further forward.
No, at this point you have to.
Yeah.
Kremlin, no, I think Criminal's come too far forward. He can't lob the island anymore.
Yeah, that cliff is in the way.
Can. That island is deceptively low. If you go a little bit further forward,
he's got to go a little bit further forward.
Flat.
But Mamba's had a chance to re-angle.
Yeah, and now Rick are reacting by deciding that the Thunderdome is no longer for them. Yep. And they have to take B, which is probably the best choice at this point.
Many of it's a game thing. Ooh, half health. Bad long range dispersion.
Thank you for the
He's balanced, comrade. So I wonder, Painzor, did you have like flashbacks to yesterday when watching a broadside Moskva and a wall of shimmy torps?
Oh, look, I have no memory of yesterday. Yesterday doesn't exist at this point. I'm currently on drink number 5.
Because I do remember that moment in your chat. Someone says, "Smile, don't die first," as he eats 3 shimmer torps. The timing because of delays is fantastic.
Okay, so Clara is going to be trying to push up the 10 line against Shimakaze Torps, or everyone's pushing against Shimakaze Torps, of course. It's a game thing. It's probably going to be the focus here because it's a game thing is going to be the only thing that's spotted on this side.
So this Schlieffen needs to be rushed by these 2 French DDs.
Yes.
So I will say
he's in a position to help.
I will say Iron Man's had quite a lot of fun in the open water against Chip's boost unit today. He has removed Kremlins from matches repeatedly. Loses is maybe not the best ship to push out there, but Miss Clara maybe is.
Looks like the idea is use Mantis Core to bait the JCD and then they send the Clever in? Question.
No, JC just got spotted, but
Schlieffen secondaries. Oh, that's not good, Mantis Core.
And
he's beached.
And the Veni.
And
the Venezia.
Wow. Sir, that is not how you Morso.
Nope.
Eagle deciding it's not worth the time to stay spotted anymore, though.
But he didn't shoot, so he's unspotted. It's a miracle.
Yeah. He's getting away with it.
But that's okay, because Cone are in control of 2 camps. And now Man hasn't got the health to rush anything, arguably.
Yeah.
Nope. Mamba's okay.
Just dodges that. Because there's a wall of torch for the Schlieffen, but do they have the range? I
don't think they do.
However, there goes Mickey. Mickey has hit W.
Yep.
It's a bit late for that. He's already stern in. Oh, he's coming back around for round 2.
Yeah, no, Criminal's coming back around.
Yeah.
I think Criminal was heading over to try and A, get away from the destroyers, and B, prepare for Salem pushing around.
Rick's Salem.
Yeah.
Here comes a fight between the Ragnar Rocketmaster and the Clavera of Eagle Lance as well.
Oh, there's about to be a powder keg. The Salem might take more tops in the background. This fight between the Clever and Ragnar is what I'm eyeballing because that gives them control of B-Cap.
Oh, the torps just stopped shy of the Salem.
I thought that hit.
Oh, again!
Oh, Lord!
Now, Mickey is playing with fire in the Thunderdome because those Schlieffen secondaries at that range are lethal.
Decapitate Gruta with AP.
Is Mickey about to decapitate the Schlieffen with torpedoes?
Potentially, yeah.
Oh,
Hydro
there's-
is on the Schlieffen, but that is quite short range.
Yep.
There's like 4 things about to happen. Where do I bloody position this camera? It's fine. Nobody's
yes,
watching my stream, so
just
From
up.
Mickey. Just one.
Schlieffen
It's
eats the
one
one
unknown.
torp.
Yep.
But now the Klebera Mad Dog's just going to farm Mickey while he's stuck behind that island.
And Radiant's popped all his as well. He's popped his Hydro, he's popped his Radar.
Radiant could go
So-
down here if he pushes too far, and that Klebera starts shooting him in the side.
all the
And
Salem.
keep an eye on the B push in the background.
He is not angled enough to that
Oh,
Salem.
Oh, Rocket takes a big
Next
hit.
day it says
from
hello
to
the
Rocket.
thing. Yep,
Rocket
and
goes down
Clever-
here. I don't
Yeah,
see how he gets
Rocket-
out of that.
No, not a chance.
Moskva showed far too much
Unless
sight of that Salem.
there's
by the way.
no,
That's right.
There's no reload boost currently active, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Down.
And Mantis is going to drive straight into that. Coming up next.
Oh, well,
that
next.
doesn't look like a fun place to rush.
Okay,
I'll do it.
You rush Mickey into the Schlieffen. You're going to trade. You send the Moskva in, and you send the Salem up to support. The Salem has to take down the Kleber, though.
Oh, that
Oh,
but
no.
that is not a
Oh.
corner I would want to
Mickey-
drive around. No,
Mickey's
no,
in
no, no.
bad. It's a bad state. That's
Yeah.
How is he
Mantis just
alive?
firing its guns into the water there.
Mickey is out.
Mickey is
That's
going
it.
down. I don't think
Secondaries
he
are
can
going to
do
open up
anything.
now.
Yeah.
There. Oh my god.
He came out and just ate the salvo and then didn't continue going forward, so he had no vision. I guess they were waiting on Black Mamba's Hydro cooldown.
And now Mamba's coming in, but Criminal 6 has got time to respond.
And
Yeah,
I
and
think
Mad
he
Dog
has to-
here
Yeah, the
Giving
Torp's
full
out.
broadside. I wouldn't
He's a
want to do
Schlieffen.
that.
He'll be fine.
No, it's over, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Mantis fired his guns into the water, which is
Yeah.
generally the accepted sign of, yeah, that's
It's over.
That's over.
Let's call
So-
it. That's a finish fast.
Yeah, and that's it. Cone, doing Cone things still, and I'm quite happy about this.
Yes.
So, if you win, Diurach, are you going to give Kilibin your honorary CC?
I might.
So is this 1-0 to Cone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And the next map is North.
Stats, same question to you. If you win, are you going to give Kilibin the CC status you would have
No.
acquired? Okay, good.
You double CC.
Because then I get 20,000 doubloons a month and 2 times the ships.
Dun dun dun.
Wait,
Oh, yeah,
That's how it works, right?
imagine you getting the balloon compensation.
Oh, can
for
I
the-
just sell it on Can I sell it on eBay?
I'll give you 3 quid and a
3
cornet.
quid.
hang on.
Oh,
I have a
what kind of
question.
Cornetto's
no,
quite
no,
a
no,
good
no,
one.
wait. There's more detail required. What kind of cornetto?
Just one.
Mint, yes, sold.
Excellent.
I like a mint
Can we-
cornetto.
Can we get
If you'd
CC
said
status
strawberry, I
based
would
on
have
the
spoken to you.
podcast yet?
If we can get what now on the what now?
I was asking if our podcast can get CC status.
Oh, maybe.
So we can be
Actually,
double
in
CC
theory.
in
We
college.
do need to make another episode.
We've been
We
meaning to
do.
make another episode for
We
months, man.
do.
There's not enough hours in the day and days in the week.
Speaking of podcasts, 10 minutes from now, episode 1 of Exit
Ooh.
Port Season 2 will air
Nice. Where can people find
There are
it?
seasons.
everywhere.
I was about to say, I
Everywhere.
think
that
everywhere is the
podcasts-
answer to
Everywhere.
that.
No, I don't
If you
wanna
go on to, so personally, I
sell that
use.
here, so.
No, go for it. So personally, I use Google Podcasts. You should be able to just search for Exit to Port, and you should find it.
Yeah, no,
highly
we
recommend it.
use Buzzsprout as a hosting thing, and we get posted to Spotify, Google, and plenty of others. I think we're on iTunes too.
Yeah.
We also have one on YouTube, just for that
No,
said,
it's-
for those
it's-
who want that.
It's really pleasant. I listen to you guys while I'm walking the dog, and it's just like a couple of hours of Tiger and Grumbles chatting, and it's just nice.
Especially
We-
the like, it's not necessarily all WoWs related because you have like
No.
the things that make you smile and all these nice little bit. It was it's very nice to take a break.
I think looking at the official stream, it looks like Zath is winning.
Yay!
Yay, Zath!
Anyone but Wargaming, yay!
Ooh, another point.
Anyone but BG.
I, for one,
course.
welcome our evil overlords.
As a Scotsman, I am intimately familiar with the anyone but chat.
Aye, fuck you. Imagine
Meanwhile,
being a real
in Northern
country.
Norway, I'm just chuckling at everything.
Imagine being a real country.
Yeah. How does
Not gonna go there.
how does that feel, Pinzer?
Are you saying that I'm not a real
Well,
country?
the
Yes,
Republic
yes,
of
I am.
Newcastle. Yeah.
Hawaii?
To be honest, I'd rather be in Scotland.
It's not that far of a move for you, is there?
Just invade.
It's about 100 mile in it.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Invade?
It's a short hop. I mean, we did give Newcastle back. Like, we didn't really want it in the end.
Understandable.
So
And he
it
won't
looks
put
like
them.
it looks like Cone is ready and raring to go. And this has been a recurring theme. Every time I've joined a room, I found most of the Cone team is there ready and waiting for me. And I'm like, guys, the ping just went out for the room. Like, what's determined to be there?
Well, no,
Gotta go fast.
that's the thing. Your internet is just so bad, Diurach, because you live in Scotland, that it actually it's
Now-
like you've got like a fucking 5-day ping to Discord.
But at least it's not German internet.
This is true.
Now, I do
probably wouldn't be
notice.
joining you if that was
I do notice that there's a certain player on the Cone team,
Oh.
Urban Hangman.
Bruh.
Yes.
That's right, Stats. You grabbed half the viewers.
I did not grab half the viewers. Thank you very
Fucking
much.
did, like.
I did
Rocket
not.
the only
and
pick-
Mamba.
I did not.
The only
Sure.
picks that I actually picked for this team that are in the team is Urban Hangman and Radiant, who was in the mosque for the last battle.
Oh, it's fine. The guy I picked fucking rage quit, so.
Yeah.
Iron Man's my team leader, so of course I picked him. But I just sort of left him to pick everyone. You pick who you want, and I put in 3 names for people I would want to see in a team. Tiger is the reason we only got 2 of them, but hey.
Hey now. Hey
now.
We can all agree that TC was the most at fault.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So you guys were quite undone by the DMC playing thing.
We had an
Have you
agreement.
guys
I know, like,
seen
like just spare
Like a
a
fucking
moment.
matter. I had to do one giveaway
Spare
all
a
weekend.
moment for poor Clanker, who is right now having to do giveaways.
Well, it's
Paul
fine. You won't know
Clanker.
what way to rotate them.
He's
Well,
in
if
like
you
he's
want,
just
Hammond Train are free.
So
They are
Hammond Train.
available to do
sounds like
giveaways.
a piano ballad duet.
So
Hammond Train and their new album. Never going
do
to
you
give you.
guys, if you have a look at yesterday's footage, just for your own enjoyment and like the evil part of you, there is footage of DMC being devstruck
Repeat
Oh,
twice.
nice, excellent,
Excellent.
Wait, twice?
by Shimatorps.
excellent.
Oh.
Oh, we need
Match
that.
one-
Oh, that needs to be an
Match one,
alert.
in fairness.
That
Match
needs to
one,
be an
he
alert
was, he
immediately.
was half health. He eats 2
Right,
Shimatorps
while-
about, but I think
While
match 2, he
everyone
was-
is still waiting for Rick to turn up,
Apparently, they've had to pull in a replacement from Pool 2 at some point. What happened there? Who got replaced?
I will be right back.
Was it you? Are you being replaced?
Ben is now the Pool 2 player replacement. But yeah, DMC did unfortunately eat a wall of skill in a Nevsky yesterday. And it was great. I just heard TC going, "Oh no, DMC, no!" And I look over, and there's just red Doritos in a big nice block next to this broadside on the border Nevsky, and I'm like, "Yeah, that doesn't end well."
That
doesn't end well.
Has, by the way, won his first match in that set just now.
Nice. That's I will be happy if my team doesn't have to fight the Swift and Silence Kleber Devil combo again. That was a terrifying thing to watch.
Yeah,
Okay,
after
so-
having watched the Monkey Brothers last season in French DDs and what they were able to
Yeah.
do when you pair them up together,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun to watch them being used in this way too in this season.
I keep saying I'm surprised at how well my team is doing, but I've been told that apparently my team has a distinctly large amount of experienced COTS players in it compared to other teams. So I shouldn't be surprised about how well Kona are doing, apparently. I mean, I only know that the PN guys, and we obviously got a couple of people from the 07 community, but I picked the PN guys mainly because I wanted to throw a clanmate under the bus and say, have fun running the team, which worked.
That's all yours now. Bye.
I picked him and I was like, yeah, here you go. Have fun. And he's like, do you want to take part? Nope. It's all yours.
Yeah, that's what I do to my team leaders. Like, so do you want to help me? But no. That's all yours.
I gave him a list of, here's 2 pool 4 players who I know will communicate with the team. And he's like, okay, anything else? Nope, bye. It's all yours.
Oh, the North Americans are apparently begging us to be quick because some team called the Bengals are playing in an hour.
Why are cats? What are the cats playing with?
Hand eggs.
Is it lasers or is it like feathers and stuff?
No, I think it's a hand egg.
I know from experience the cats generally like things that they play with to be like really annoying.
Yeah,
the most annoying thing possible.
Yeah, and not to actually fully to cause a ruckus. Isn't American football annoying?
I mean,
I
wouldn't know anything about it. So I some good friends of mine, you know, in uni, and they were like, they were all into it. Like for some reason, they would all watch it the really absurd hours. They're like, yeah, listen, they talk to me about it, and I'd be like, yeah, I have no idea what you're on about.
Cat is our American cultural expert, anyway.
Game starting.
Yes, he is. Come on, Cone. Show the world the might of the Coneheads.
Ooh, exciting. All right. Casters, talk to us.
Okay. All right, Diurach.
Cool.
So for you, this is the game that gets you into the finals, potentially. I'm going to need to win 2 straight.
Yeah, so Cone bringing in the Ohio, Venezia, Moskva, Ragnar, Shimakaze, Kleber, and Marceau. Very familiar lineup with Ragnar thrown in this time.
We've got Kremlin, Venezia, Napoli, Moskva, Daring, Kleber, and Ragnar. So it's going to be interesting to see where we put the... So Ragnar versus Ohio. Sorry, Kremlin versus Ohio. Obviously, Kremlin, in theory at least, needs to get a tiny little bit closer. But Ohio is pretty good at pushing close as well. I would say Ohio is better at working at all ranges.
Yeah,
but
Ohio,
Kremlin can pull off those shots occasionally as well, though. So
we did see that last game. I will say I'm actually surprised to see Ragnar this time around because every time we've run north today, Eagle hasn't been in the Ragnar. He's been in the Haragumo, maximum range Haragumo, like firing across the entire map kind of Haragumo. But he's chosen Ragnar this time around, which has been the normal pick for the other maps, but not north.
What's the thought behind bringing on Ragnar here?
I presume Eagle has decided he would like to do the same amount of damage just with radar and a heal.
Sorry, I was just talking to my mods in the background. So, okay, so we've got
Mickey
Daring. So I think this is the first Daring I've seen in this entire tournament.
We've seen a couple of Darings.
Okay.
Yeah, we've seen a couple as well.
Certainly the first Daring that we've used.
Daring's a good ship.
Mad Dog is he's committed to this. He's got to go forward. He's going to take a lot of damage here, and that's unfortunate. Mickey, of course,
in return.
Well, that's the hope.
Mickey's not as exposed as Mad Dog is.
No,
I don't see Mad Dog getting to that island. Nope.
No, not
so what
Mad Dog's going down.
What surprises me here is how long it took Mad Dog to make that charge, because every other time he's been in that cap instantly. And this time he took a long time to start working in, and it's cost him his ship. Maybe he would have died anyway, but that is not a good start for Cone.
Not at all. It's interesting that both teams are quite heavy on destroyers. This is unusual.
So
yeah, I think that meta's been developing as the weekend's gone on. So we've been fairly destroyer heavy from the start, but
Yeah, I will say I kind of knew that Cone from the start would be destroyer heavy, because the team lead is PN. One of the other player, when I was playing with PN in King of the Sea and in clan battles, we tended to, well, not clan battles less so because you couldn't really get away with as much, but certainly in King of the Sea and such, we were very DD heavy, and not running Kleber packs and such, just generally DD heavy. So I kind of seen this coming.
Okay, Mickey is going to try the reverse in. That is in front of a Moskva and a Ragnar.
And Criminal 6 is pushing the Ohio right in it. I think the decision's been made that we just want the cap.
Yeah, I
that means
suspect.
sticking...
I don't know whether Hangman's going to go in as well or whether Hangman's going to hang back.
Mickey doesn't
Ragnar
see
is
any
coming
of the Cone players, by the way, yet.
Nope.
He doesn't know they're there.
He will shortly.
3, 2.
So he's got to get his ship past the halfway point inside the cap. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
So I've gone to the 2 view. So Mickey, in fact, our entire team sees nothing right now.
Yep.
And
It's
Mickey is
inching
stuck.
backwards.
Here we go. There we go.
There we go.
There's the
Oh, and
radar,
forward
and
we go.
he's like, okay, I'm going to leave. Criminal 6 still undetected.
Yeah.
That's impressive. A lot larger of a ship that close in.
Yep.
To show the viewers at home what we're looking at, there's an Ohio there.
Yep.
And he should be spotted in 3.
So Mickey's really confused right now because there we go.
There
Because
we
the cap
go.
is ticking.
Yeah. The cap's ticking. It's not the Ragnar. What's going on?
Oh, and Mickey's kind of stuck against the rocks here for a second.
Yeah. And the
Oh,
Marcel...
that's
He's got
not
the
nice.
torch.
Wow.
Oh.
So Mickey goes down.
Wow.
Mickey goes down, but can Crim dodge the torps?
Situation doesn't work if you just get nailed.
So that changes things again.
Okay, but we're
Torpedoes
counter
gonna
pushing.
collide.
We're counter pushing on the A side.
Yes. And unlike Team Bogsy, Team Stats
Yes.
has decided not to put the Kremlin on the outside of the island where the Shimakaze lives.
Right.
Which went about as well as you could
Yeah,
expect.
I can
The opening
imagine.
game.
And also, Daring has just seen all 15 torps go past, so Losers knows that there's no torps coming for a little
Yes.
while.
And now it's up to Cohen to reposition to counter
Yeah.
that.
So
which
Pluckbear's
we can
radar
already
is
see Eagle.
Pluckbear's radar is ready. I guess what they'll do is they'll get Losers into the cap first, and then they'll radar.
I have questions about what Cohen are doing, because Hangman seems to be in a precarious position, having started a turn and then not finishing it, and then starting it again and not finishing it. Eagle's definitely going straight over to A for the obvious counter. Hangman is spotted well broadside. Luckily, it's only a Venezia and a Ragnar, but
it's quite long range as well. 2018, yeah, 18k roughly.
Can I just say intermittently what Ben said? Can we get that on a t-shirt?
what French saturation doesn't work if you just get nailed.
Yes.
That would make
Can
a
we
good
get that
t-shirt.
on a t-shirt, please?
It's a game thing is going to go down. I don't see how he gets out of this. He's
Does he have
So-
a smoke in play?
And this is going to be
No,
interesting because
Does not have a smoke.
that means, yeah, the smoke's on cooldown for 40 seconds.
That opens up that flank quite a lot.
Yeah, it means that we're potentially going to have 2 caps, but the Shimmer is still there.
Iron Man doing his best to, as you might say, GTFO. You don't want to be caught by Napoli, Darien, Moskva, Kremlin in any ship, really, but certainly not in a Shimakaze. However, if those torps have the legs, Losers might be in trouble.
Yeah, it's a game thing is still spotted there, and I don't think he's going to
He
get
does
out
get a
of here.
smoke in 6 seconds, though, which will keep him alive an annoying amount of time.
But is he going to
Not using
instant
it yet,
deploy?
though.
Yeah,
There
here
we
goes
go.
the smoke.
Yeah,
There you go.
He's got a minute, so he gets 25 seconds from the end of his
Oh,
smoke to his
broadside
next gear.
Moskva. Ooh, Pluck
And loses
could be...
eats a torp. He does eat a Shimmer torp on the butt.
Okay.
Om nom nom. That's a sound effect.
Coming soon to a Warships mod pack near you. Pains or sound pack.
I don't
trust him.
So, yeah, Brookbear is not in an ideal position here.
No, he's about to get fucked there. Nope. He's fine.
Wow.
Well,
Oh, wait.
is he? Has he got the? Ooh,
Tooks are okay.
Yeah, no, he's
yeah,
okay.
he's got the speed for that, but
So Clara, once again, having to chase a Venezia. Game Thing is rapidly running out of smoke and map.
yes, but he has 10 seconds till the heal. So if he lives this
Oh,
volley,
Oh, Pluck Bear just takes the Citadel, I think, or several pens at least.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's a Game Thing doesn't do what one of Tiger's players had to do yesterday, literally run out of map.
Yeah, no, he was wedged up in the corner. Like there was nothing else he could do.
See,
yeah, he is going to run out of map, but how badly is he going to run out of map?
What I
Is
don't
the...
get is he's just burned the smoke. Why didn't he use the smoke to turn around and go for the ram? Because
I think it's the play for time more. So this has been a consistent theme: is playing for time at every possible moment. Is just playing for time, playing for time. We had,
but why
Team
play for
Bogsy
time
pushed-
when you can play for a trade?
it's a good question, but we did have it earlier where a Napoli pushed It's a Game Thing into the same position essentially, whilst the Bogsy Stalinium wall rolled all the way up the map, and they just couldn't finish the match in time. But we're not in the same position here, so I don't know why that choice was made.
Okay, so that brings Rick to 722 points, 3 minutes on the game clock, but Iron Man heading towards Daring here.
Yes, I hope he's... live, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no radar currently, I think, to cover the Shima. And Shima is not inside the Daring Hydro.
Ragnar of Rocket and Groot going back into sea.
Ooh.
Yes, and I wonder if Urban Hangman is ready. He is. His guns are facing that way. He's fighting the Venezia.
He cannot get shots on the Ragnar.
No, he can't. But if Eagle takes a
Eagle
big chunk
Lance.
here,
Ooh.
Ooh, that's big.
Eagle's decision...
5 is
Yes.
Greuter going to get another shot?
He should do, because Eagle will stay spotted
Yep,
due to
here
firing.
comes the sap.
Yeah, it's not going to do that much. He's
Race!
Oh,
It's not
my
going to do
God,
that much, huh?
More.
It did 1,000 damage. No, it didn't do much.
Oh,
It is enough, though.
And
That's
there he
enough.
goes.
And
There he
Rocket
goes.
goes for it.
840 points for Team Rick.
Cone are flipping A-cap just to make sure they have time to do whatever the plan is, which I would imagine involves the death of a Darien and the Moskva. Will they
Yeah,
get
Criminal-
A-cap before the reset? Yes, they do.
Criminal's got quite a lot of health here. So that still leaves us with the points clock, 3 minutes 9.
Yeah, but we have a
But-
Daring about to get ran
Daring
down by...
is in trouble. Iron Man is
also-
also getting chunked down quite a lot.
Yeah, Iron Man's in a lot of trouble here. Moskva radar is still 10
Monster
seconds.
Radar, yep, 10 seconds left.
So Iron Man just needs to live 5 seconds. He needs to live one more volley.
Ooh.
Feet
Napoli
close. Radar's down.
There's a fire.
He doesn't
He
have
will
that
go
on top
down.
of 10, that's a permit.
Yeah, he will go down.
24
Isn't that nice?
and
Being able to
down.
hold alt and say he doesn't have damage
It's
on for 10.
fantastic.
It's wonderful.
Absolutely
I was
fantastic.
explaining it to Raptor earlier. I was like, I can't see when they're active. It's like press Alt, and he just kind of went,
Oh.
I can see.
So
I see
essentially,
all.
at this point, Criminal needs to turn the map around the match around on his own. there is no
I
push
have-
power left in
oh.
a Marso.
I have
And-
news from the other game if anyone's interested.
hi,
Criminal
welcome
6.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's big.
hit.
And he's got
That
alt
is
to worry about.
big.
Yeah, we are going to riposte. There is no other outcome of this.
Bonk.
Oh,
There we go.
excellent.
On
GG, Team Rick. Never going to give you up, Team Rick. Good job.
Uh-huh.
So that's the first.
So you know what's about to happen because the other game's
The official
finished.
stream. Yeah, the official stream's gonna
Everyone's
going
going to come in here.
Oh god.
No. They want to have a serious professional environment. They
Oh,
can
of
go
course,
fuck
yeah,
themselves.
that's
We're
true.
going to
That
have
is
the fun
absolutely true.
environment. We'll tell them to go away from the menu.
Yep. That's true.
So did Zaf beat the official
No,
team?
Wargaming won.
No.
Damn.
So it's down to one of us stats. To
Yes,
protect
we have
honor
the
of
sacred
everyone else.
duty of winning against Wargaming. Oh no,
see.
not again. They were in the finals last time as well.
Yeah, this is a.
Well, they did breed 4 fucking teams, the cheaters.
They did a little bit, yeah.
Isn't that called hedging your bets?
And they've been actively sabotaging my team.
So I would say it's worrying how effective Chrysanthos' left hand has been in this tournament.
Phrasing.
I'm not sure I'm allowed to comment on that.
So we are back on Riposte for the last match.
We are.
Stats, how's your team been doing on Riposte?
They're doing pretty well. Yeah, they've done pretty good. We use again quite a heavy destroyer lineup, and just rely on early capping, and then the enemy team, if they're not a destroyer heavy lineup, having to then actually push into the caps to physically get them, because otherwise they lose. So they have to push into the caps, and then we try and pick them off with torps as they push in. Which is it's a risky strat, because on this map where everyone's so close together, if there's multiple radars, it can really go badly for the destroyers. So it's a risky strategy, but it seems to be working.
And how's it been going for Cohen on this?
Cohen is undefeated on Riposte.
Oh,
We have
Interesting.
no. So we've only played it once, and we're here. But I believe actually it might have been day 1, round 2. Was Riposte the middle map or no?
Yes, it was, I think.
Okay, if that's the case, then actually we're 100% loss. Yes.
My mods are just realizing that they are highly conflicted about whether they want Team Rick to win or not.
I have just received a similar message from
Like, please don't win. We don't want to do giveaways.
The message I have received is it's not like a please don't win. It's a help numbers. Because if we win this, we may actually exceed codes, the ability to give out the codes.
Yes, the number of codes you have for the number of people. Yeah, exactly.
I'll take some off your hands. My mods can do something.
Will you know?
So it's a very interesting situation there, and so Riposte being the middle map of round 2 yesterday means we did lose it. We did dev strike DMC on it, importantly, but
That's a win in my books.
It is a win in my books as well, but I don't imagine they'll go with the same strat they went with before, because it's currently on 100% loss rate. We've only seen the map once so far this tournament. And we did do a change to Sleeping Giant, which was our other danger map. And the change was apparently just bring a Schlieffen and don't go into the cap with the DDs.
Certainly noticing that the teams that have a larger American contingent do seem to lean towards Schlieffens.
It's honestly in a meta where there's at least 2, if not 3 destroyers on the enemy team. It's not a bad call, because you've got that really long range hydro, and you've got those super dangerous secondaries that pretty much deter anyone from trying to rush you.
Absolutely.
It's not a bad call.
So you see that my team is definitely NA heavy. We've got the 4 of the main players are NA players, and I think some of the pool 3 and pool 4 are also NA players. So we're very NA heavy, but Schlieffen, the first time we've brought it was the first match in this round. And that was solely a Sleeping Giant thing. That was because we were undone by Swift and Silence Colbert's and a Schlieffen. They just brought the Schlieffen to be like, it worked for Sarah, it will work for us.
Yeah. I'm the good old when in doubt.
Oh, hang on. No, sorry. I misunderstood a message in my chat. I thought that someone in my chat was saying that Wargaming had won. What they were saying was they've won the second game. So it's actually 1-1 over there as well.
Oh,
apologies for that. I misquoted.
So we are not yet. It's not yet the beacons being lit. We've got a chance.
No, there is a chance. Yes, the troops from Gondor are on their way.
Yeah.
Light the beacons, etc.
If anything, Zaf right now is stood there on his wall, watching the army come along, and one of us has to play the role of Rohan.
Rohirrim!
All right, come dude.
We'll let Tiger do the intro if that happens.
Bins are lit.
Eat your vegetables.
There you
The
go. Thank
bins are lit.
The bins
The
are
bins
lit.
are
The
lit,
Council of
StatsBloke.
State calls for aid. And if you can't set fire to a bin, find an abandoned car and set fire to that instead.
Well, Diurach, my
Make
team's
sure
ready.
it's Steel's wheels.
Why isn't your team ready?
Because one of them's sitting in the undistributed players section. I would imagine this is the we don't want to go to riposte, so we have to win match 2. We haven't won match 2. Quick, everyone go piss about with your ships for riposte because we're doing something different.
Quick, we need a plan.
Yeah, to be fair, they did ask me quite a lot about plans, and I was just wing it. Just wing it.
Just whatever. I actually said to Mickey, like, it's up to you guys. Like, talk to each other. If you want to take this seriously, absolutely take it seriously. But if you just want to like mess around and do stupid comp builds, I'm totally fine with that as well. Do whatever you like.
So I will add on to the previous messages from one Dane. I have now received messages from other mods saying, "Help! Don't win."
Why? Because the reals you need.
Well, so my mods have just pointed out that DMC is actually out of the tournament and can now come and run all of our giveaways for us.
What? You can't run mine?
I'm sure you could mod him quickly. He's collecting moderation badges everywhere.
But that would undo. That would undo the joy of watching everyone else suffer as he got picked and knowing it doesn't change me.
There
Okay.
we go.
Decider, semifinals. I hope you lose.
I think my mods also hope that too.
Okay, slightly confusingly different spawns this time. It's Team Rick in green. And we will be bringing a Kremlin, a Venezia, a Napoli, a Moskva, a Kleber, a Mosso, and a Ragnar. So pretty much the same as usual for us.
And Cohen have definitely shaken things up. They've brought in Ohio, Venezia, Napoli, Des Moines, Moskva, Kleber, Shimakaze. This is the first time outside of our one meme composition that we've run less than 4 DDs. Of course, our meme composition yesterday being double Darien, double Minnow, double Goliath, and a Conqueror. And that didn't go well.
Okay, so we have the one 12k radar and we've got the Ragnar. But as long as that 12k radar is mid, that can cover all 3 caps. You've got 2 radars on the cruisers.
The only thing I know, the absolute only thing I know that Cohen are going to do is Iron Man and It's a Game thing are once again going to go off on a wee adventure to a flank. Somewhere and something to that effect, because that has pretty much been the pairing. Of course, in the same clan, they know how to work together, so it makes sense. It's much like a Mad Dog and Eagle being in the Klebers all day long as well.
Des Moines going to have pretty much free reign on this map. There's a lot of island cover, and the only thing that's going to cause them any serious issue is going to be that Kremlin. So
yes, we did just see a Des Moines discover the serious issue of a Kremlin in Stats' last match.
now,
On riposte.
look, if you manage to get a Kremlin all the way, wait, what?
Yeah,
There might have
I've
been-
actually seen that a couple of times. Kremlin's walking into B and capping it.
Yeah, there might have been a Kremlin in C-Cap, and a Des Moines bravely charged into him because it was more or less over. And 9 Kremlin shells to the bow of a Des Moines does things.
Yeah.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
We are in Charlie. Mad Dog is just about to come around the corner. I think, again, this is a case of swift and silence.
He's going to get absolutely
He's
brutalized.
going to have a bad time.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a very
Not
bad
much support, and
time.
Grota is in range as well. First volley, not
Yeah,
much.
Mad
Second
Dog
volley,
just
not
needs to turn and
much.
leave.
Sap misses as well. He's getting pretty lucky there.
Unfortunately, Mad Dog has used his reload booster, but he decided, no, I'm actually not going to do that
actually
anymore.
not in for that, no.
He does get away with a surprising amount of health. I would have thought he'd be under 5k
Yeah,
by now, but
The Venezia missing a
shots at
volley
Cruisers,
is...
Venezia from the Ohio.
That sap volley just scraped him.
That's about
and
10k total.
yeah, getting away on 15k is much better than what I thought that was going to be like, so I won't complain. but it does leave Rick with
Is
a cap.
Manti going to eat torps?
Kleber, top, no. Okay. Okay.
Again, I think that was Pinzar having reactions to yesterday after watching his Shimikaze eat a Shimikaze tarp.
What happened yesterday? I blanked it out. This is before or after the rage quit?
This is before. This was when Iron Man removed a Shimikaze from a map.
Ooh,
By accident.
Rocket Master actually taking out Iron Man with his
Ooh.
radar there.
18k.
Yeah. The
Tactical.
surprise Venezia does things.
So remember that survivability expert nerf. Yeah.
Iron Man gets away with losing
No,
2k.
Not nerf. Readjustment.
Oh, there you go.
Nerf.
Readjustment.
I'll readjust you.
Oh,
And
that's
another
another
4K
chunk
off
there.
Rocket Master.
Yeah, the Rocket
Mad
Master is
Dog-
being very
Did
readjusted
Mad Dog
right
take
now.
a torp? He's down to 7.5k health.
I think
Or did he
got
take a Veni
spotted by them
somewhere?
also.
JC, please don't eat those. You don't need any more omega-3.
Is Eagle going into the cap? Eagle is going into the cap.
Which
Eagle's
could
going
be an
on an
issue.
adventure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, Mickey, that's gonna be painful for you. Des Moines radar.
Yes, but loses is reversing and will probably have shots in half a second here.
and is Mickey stuck there, or will he make that turn?
He's got the
It's going to take Eagle a little while to change direction. Here comes the AP.
Incoming Kremlin.
Please no.
Okay, that could have been a lot worse.
That could
I
have been a
was
lot worse.
expecting a death. Just
He
like you're right.
still has these tops to deal with. Doesn't have his Hydra up.
He's,
does.
No, I think he's okay.
Is Losers
No,
going to
he's
get
hide-
another shot?
His Hydra's ready, but he's not running it.
That's interesting. He's probably going to take one unless he can swing the nose.
Nope, no
no,
range.
they're running out. They're running
Or
out. Wow.
Did he have the faith that they were out of range?
Well, he knows the Clever's range. He knows what the Clever was spotted at.
Yeah, and you know I've reversed like 2 kilometers, so I should be fine. it's
Oh.
it's confidence is what you would call that. I think
Confidence, winging it.
I'm gonna go with confidence.
Apparently,
Talk
2 minutes
on
ago, Zath
Losers.
was 2 caps and 1 chip up.
Good.
Nice.
Marvelous.
Oh, Eagle takes a little chunk there again.
So Rick are a cap up, and you know it's 150 points already in it. I need Cone to do a thing.
No, absolutely.
Like Cone need to do something productive.
Cone need something dramatic, and
The problem
I
with
get the
this map, though,
feeling it's at sea.
the problem with Riposte, though, is that you can't play that game where it's like, oh, we'll just wait until, like 750 points and then we'll do something.
Yeah.
Because if you push, everyone's so close together that there's, so many cross shots and angles and... Blech.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now Eagle does Eagle know that the Kleber is back? Well, yes, he does now.
Rocket Master is getting tickled again and again by this Venezia, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the occasional 4K chunks coming in. Rocket Master has 1 heal left, and he gets that back just now.
Or is it Criminal is
What's that? He's
reversing into A.
resaturated himself.
There's the heal from Rocket.
There's the guns going on the Shimmer, and he's got the Kremlin to contest with, the Napoli, probably even Mamba. That took him to half health.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Iron Man doing that. I will say.
He's burned the last of Rocket Master's radars, I think. What does he have?
No,
one
he's
more?
got one more.
Oh, one more.
Now, so the question
Burning
is,
the radar doesn't necessarily mean you're winning, though.
did Iron Man did not get into sufficient range? I think Cone need to push into C. It looks like Mad Dog's finally doing it. They need
Yeah,
to
it's
stop
dangerous
the
once he does
points.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless he can work together with like Jay. Jay
Eagle's
needs to
pushing in on
push
B.
up.
Eagle is pushing on B here now too.
Mad Dog's gonna beach. Mad Dog is. Ooh,
Yeah,
we
like,
might go
that-
down here.
Okay, here comes
That
Man
push into
Score.
the cap should have been supported by JC's
Uh-oh.
Musca.
So
Uh-oh. Corpse on
what
the
happened
Moines.
there was
Oh,
Mad Dog with the force
really?
field.
Oh.
No way!
So if you missed it, by the way, the whole reason he beached there was because he dodged the Venezia's opening salvo, which would have removed him entirely from the game. It was a moment.
Eagle probably is looking at where the nearest
Mantis
lottery ticket
is, however,
sale
big.
is.
Uh-huh.
Mantis called down to like 4K. He got spotted by the Moscow's
Yep.
radar.
Mhm.
Mantis is actually now worse off than Mad Dog, despite that encounter.
But Mad Dog is still unable to contest the cap. It's 150 points in it now.
No, he can go. He can have it.
250.
He just has to sit in the
250,
Moscow's
Yeah.
Yeah, Mad Dog.
Protection
Mad Dog should be
ring.
able to take C. Although,
And that gives
see now,
one
see now,
time.
if Mantis scored trades with Mad Dog, that's good for us if we keep the cap.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
He's
there's
going
the
for it.
radar.
radar comes
There's
out.
the radar. That means
Mad Dog's
we're gonna
left
see,
the cap again.
Yeah,
we're gonna see
Yeah.
shots from
and both
Hangman.
destroyers are choosing not
There's
to
the
fire.
reload. Mad Dog's
Oh,
popped the
no,
reload
Mad Dog's gone for
booster.
it.
And it's very good timing because the Venezia has just fired at
Oh.
Moscow instead.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, Eagle's
Oh.
firing. Eagle wants
come
it.
on, man.
Yep. And Mamba down to 3.5. What hit him?
I think the
I
Ohio
think
got him
Mam-
through the bow.
I think he did.
Shots out from Urban on Mantis Core.
Well, Mantis is
Just
stuck.
over.
Very
Mad Dog
close.
will now flip the cap. There's no
Yes.
contest to it.
That's
Mickey's getting
angry.
B.
Wait, no, wait. Loses an Optus. Kremlin has come back
Yes, and that's going to hurt for JCD.
and is
Blind
full
fire into
sending.
Mantis.
We are seeing a full Kremlin send.
That looks like shots from Criminal 6 onto Loses no.
Radar out from Eagle on Mickey
some-
and probably Mantis score.
You know, like, Cone will be wanting Mantis dead. They know they've got him low.
JCD
Gunspot.
fires
and
at
you
loses.
can't let him get away like that.
No, you cannot. If these like Mamba low,
Iron Man spotted.
Mantis low.
Iron Man spotted. Venezia shots are out for Rocket Master.
Good connection.
Oh
my
Rocket
God, all that
Master.
chunk.
Good connection.
He's low. Des Moines wants him.
Oh man, look at these health balls.
Is he gonna get him?
If I was the Shimmer, I'd be opening up right now.
Yeah, so
So
but now
I
Eagle
can.
can't shoot. Is Eagle trying to get Mamba?
Mamba's-
Can Eagle?
Mamba's
oh, Mamba?
detected.
Yes, and
Mamba's healing.
Eagle can. Ooh, Criminal 6 shells. Can Ohio lob that angle?
Rocket
Master's
Venezia
down.
takes
Rocket
the
Master
Rocket
goes
Master.
down.
Oh, Mamba
Mamba-
can't be hit from that side, but the Napoli of Hangman is shooting.
Eagle once again allergic to torpedoes. Just shield. It's not happening.
The winner of this pitch battle will play Zath, apparently.
Oh,
That's
what
good
a
news.
win.
Oh,
no.
Wargaming's
That's it.
dead.
That's it. Tournament has already won one for the community. That's it. Close the book.
We
Wargaming
all
lost.
win.
We had to get the Americans in. To
What's,
save
Okay, so that's
what's
two
Mickey
caps.
Nickel Bear? There's some torps incoming here.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mickey, do us a favor and eat some of those, please.
No, don't.
Oh,
Well done. Good
Mad
job.
Dog, instead of that, do us a favor and leg it.
he's like, quick, do the French thing.
They're detected.
Okay, radar out from JCD.
Oh, is Mad Dog going to run around?
Mickey, yeah, Mickey's found Mad Dog.
But there is an island there.
He's lost him now.
But as we all know,
and
Mad Dog has a force field.
Wait, that's a torp.
Oh,
Is that
there's
a
fire.
torp?
Damage
Drops his
Is
Damacon.
that a torp? Is that no? It's not a torp.
Is Mantis all going to eat a torp?
No,
Oh.
he's good. He's good.
No, but the Kremlin is in danger here. He's eating a lot of fire damage over the. That's his
JCD
last
also in
heal.
danger.
JCD is in danger, but that's the Kremlin's last heal. JCD has one
Mickey
more
is
heal
getting
left
the
in a minute.
cap back, though.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Shots
Unless
coming in from Urban Hangman. Gets the
that's the
decap.
reset. That's the
Oh, Mickey's
reset.
torp.
Oh, and the
Oh,
torp.
torps,
And
Mickey.
Oh, the
Oh,
torps,
Mickey,
Mickey.
no.
The torps.
There's
Oh,
the-
no.
Oh,
No, Mickey, no.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
He's
all
three of
three
them,
of
and he's done.
Saturation getting him through 2 hits.
Oh, man.
If he just sat there and ate the one, he would have been fine. But he tried to dodge it and undodged into 2 more.
And this is a very strong position there for Cohen. There's a few low
Yeah, it
health
is. You've got double our health pool as well.
Yeah, it's this
Not for
Kremlin.
much
Oh,
longer.
JCD
He's
takes a
lost
smack.
half of it.
Oh wow! JCD taking some big hits there.
JCD
that was-
will heal before Kremlin can fire
I
again.
was gonna say,
Also
can
need to
Kremlin finish the Moskva on the next volley?
Because
He's got Gruder firing in support. Oh, Mamba down
I've
to
just seen-
712 health.
Yeah, this could go the way that
And
game
Mamba
earlier
has
where
no heals left.
no.
Moskva's heal is up. JCD lives the Kremlin volley. Kremlin's on 800 health with nothing else
Hangman's
to give.
gonna get it. Actually, Moskva's gonna get it.
Eagle's
Hangman's
got
second
Black
just
Listen to
gonna
Arrow.
get
this.
Yeah.
Hangman has full heals left and a full
Oh, really?
health pool.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Bloody-
He's never been
he's
shot.
been-
Bloody Cruiser's
He's in
not tanking
Napoli,
and
why
staying
would
at the
you
back and
focus
not
there?
using their heals.
He's been left alone out there.
Is-
Like they haven't really done much with him as he been.
Miss Clara eats a shimmy torp just for good measure. Miss Clara heard stats and says,
Oh.
I'll tank.
Criminal sense about it, even as well.
I don't want to get told I'm not tanking.
Oh, Mantis saved by HE
Yeah.
saturation to 200 instead of 800.
Okay,
nerfed
so
that.
Rick,
the points clock just switched over to Cone. It was Rick, believe it or not.
yeah, Eagle being in B cap, he's going to flip that without a question.
And Gruder. It's a game thing.
Oh,
Trying
Clara takes
many
another big smack
AP.
from Ohio.
Yeah, it's a game thing does that every now and then.
Any AP works.
Me and
Miss
Stats
Clara
have
on
got
6K.
an experience of it not working.
I tell you what, I wouldn't rate the Napoli on 8k health versus Ohio Shimikaze, and Mantis goes
No.
down.
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally, indeed. I can only imagine the screams of anguish as he got away that first time on 800 health.
Yeah. No, there would have been the classic blind fire,
Gruder taking
blind fire.
Gruder taking torps.
Yeah, that's the end of
Yeah,
the
I
Venezia.
think that's the end of the Venezia.
He's been watching
And-
that video where you bounce the torpedo under the water.
Yeah.
And now it's Miss Clara in the Miss Clara for the solo warrior. It's not like there's
Well, she just starts at one end, gets the Ohio.
16k versus 180.
and if my maths isn't completely atrocious, Cone are yet to lose a ship.
So
No,
are you
Cohen,
saying there's a chance?
Yep, you are correct.
Miss Clara, there's some torps.
I heard that fish is good for the
where
diet.
the torps go.
I can't enter Miss
And there
Clara.
we are. Congratulations to Cone. Well played.
Fantastic. Well done. Good job.
Well, they
Yes.
did say they changed it up from the last riposte experience, which was a disaster, by the way. So I agree that is different. I'm a fan.
Wait, so
Well-
before Wargaming try to invade us, we're going to have the game between you and Zath. Obviously, we want to have the fun zone, so we're going to
Yes.
go not where Wargaming, all right?